Indeed, it's the Matt Murphy Show. Thank you for being with us. 5:07. Good afternoon. Welcome in. All of you just getting off work. A nasty little squall of severe weather, raindrops falling across Music Row in downtown Nashville. Be on the alert for that if you're out and about, getting in your cars, your automobiles on the way home. It'll be there when you get there, so just be safe out of doors. We thank you for that, and we'll keep you up to date as to those things. You know, we expect these things this type of year, right? I mean, there's, pop-up showers and thunderstorms and whatnot in the summertime, and it'll cool things off, and that is rather nice.
Yeah, 79 degrees now.
What?
79 degrees in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, but what's the heat index?
The heat index is only 83.
You beat me to it, Murphy. I had it loaded.
I have a well-established hatred of the heat index. You were ready to go with that one, Jackson?
I was ready to ask him, what's the real feel, Brother Weaver?
Yeah, what's it really feel? Oh, it's 79, but it feels, look, 79. One way or the other, it's cooling things off, but, unto each life some rain must fall. And we're glad that it's fallen because that keeps everything nice and green. We'll get back to the politics of the day coming up in moments. I'll continue to share with you this bombshell that came down on Friday. We'll also discuss the Hunter Biden interview that dropped earlier today. I've got a few things to say about that, but we'll suspend all of that conversation for a moment. Let me tell you something. I've been doing what I do on the radio in various formats since I was 14 years old. I was first hired at WTHO 101.7, your better country FM, at the age of 14. That was in 1987.
1887, you mean?
That would be 1987. Probably feels like 1887 to you, Jackson, as you are still wet behind the ears and just fresh out of diapers.
That was 12 years before I was born.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm aware. If you're trying to make me feel old, it's not going to work. I feel it in my back. But let me tell you something. So I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing talk radio for a long time, and rare it is the occasion that I get to talk to somebody that truly makes me nervous. Because when I was a 14-year-old boy at WTHO, and we would run automation on the weekends, and I was just there manning the automation, I would sneak back to the 45 records, and I would pick out 45s, and I would listen to them. And I listened to this guy. Some of his incredible hits were out, and Uncle Pen and Country Boy and Cajun Moon, and he made me understand what country music was at a time when country music was changing, and he made me a fan to this day of bluegrass music. And his name is Ricky Skaggs. He's internationally famous. He needs no introduction. And he joins us on the Matt Murphy Show, I'm proud to say. Mr. Skaggs, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, Matt. Boy, what a story there. You're 14, huh?
14 years old. And, I thought, it was a time where things were changing a lot. And I don't begrudge change, and I know you don't either. But what you were able to do, and it's fascinating, is that you introduced me to people that kind of maybe, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but formed you. You introduced me to people like Bill Monroe and Mr. Ralph Stanley and those that came before you, and how country music was formulated back in the day. So I thank you for that.
Honoring the fathers. You can never go wrong when you honor the fathers, and mothers.
Yes, sir.
And so we've got a lot of great memories of Dr. Ralph, and Keith Whitley and I met him when we were 15 years old. His bus broke down, and over in West Virginia, he was going to be playing this little old beer joint over there. Of course, we were 15. We couldn't get in and couldn't drive. So Dad took us over, and we took our instruments with us because Dad always said, don't leave home without them. So he should have made a little extra cash on the American Express slogan. But anyway, Ralph had a flat tire, called the little beer joint and said, I'm going to be late, and so I have no idea how the beer joint owner knew that we played music, but he come up to the table where we were sitting and asked if we could get up and do a few songs while Ralph was getting there. Well, man, Dad was right again. So we went out in the car and got him and brought him in. And only bad thing about that was the only songs that Keith and I knew were Stanley Brothers songs. So here Ralph finally comes in about 30, 40 minutes later, and we're standing up on stage singing his songs. And he told me later that he thought they were playing the jukebox, playing old Stanley Brothers songs. But when he walked in and saw us up there playing, he was really, really surprised. But anyway, it started a great friendship with us. We joined the band. We got out of school. I did not want to go back for my senior year, but my mother was ready to slap the taste out of my mouth if I didn't. So
wow.
I honored her and went ahead and finished school. Ralph said, "You boys might need a good education, And so anyway,
Wow.
we loved Ralph and loved Mr. Monroe.
Well, and we love you, and obviously, I mean, from those days to now, I mean, do you ever stop? Do you ever pause to just look back on it and let it wash over you? I mean, what a wonderful journey. And we feel like we've been there every step of the way because we've watched the arc of music. We've watched your music change to a degree. I mean, does it ever kind of wash over you? Just keep focusing forward.
Well, I just try to look ahead and see what makes me hungry to play. That was one of the main reasons that we started. That we came back kind of to bluegrass in 1996 and did Bluegrass Rules, and that was a Grammy Award-winning record. First record. When we came out of country, because the reason we got out of country, the country was really, really changing. It was the big bus tours. I mean, you had to have 12 or 14 buses and play, more contemporary country music at the time, to be able to play out and draw people. So I don't know. When Mr. Monroe passed away in 1996, I just really had a yearning in my heart to go back to the music of my youth and pick up kind of where he left off and not try to take his place. Nobody could take Bill Monroe's place, but just to be able to honor him and Ralph and Carter and Flat and Scruggs and people like that I grew up around. I got to be on Flat and Scruggs' television show when I was 7, and
Wow.
you can see it on YouTube, and it's amazing. And but I've had such history with those people, and I just want to let all my fans know, where my roots ran to, and that was the reason. Every time we would, get up for an award or something like that on CMA Award Show or Music City News Award Show, I would always try to get Mr. Monroe to get up on stage with me and play and sing, just to honor him. A lot of the younger audience didn't really know who he was, but I certainly did, and it was just a good thing. I mean, those are things that you feel good about, and you lay your head down at night and say that was good, and I'm happy I got to do that.
Well, when I was a kid, I thought Bill Monroe was your uncle, and he was Uncle Penn. I mean, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, you saw the Country Boy video. I'm sure.
That's exactly right. So I mean, but now it's got to be gratifying for you, and I feel. I mean, I know that you're a humble guy, but it's got to be gratifying that the younger artists, wherever they are from, whatever genre they are in, they seem to be gravitating to you because you're kind of. You are the go-to guy. You're carrying on that legacy of the roots of that music, and whether it's the Whites or Lady Antebellum and so many different collaborations that you've had with younger artists, you kind of are offering that same thing that was offered to you by the older generation. Yeah,
I just I love the young guys and girls, especially I'm hearing 80s and 90s country coming back, and getting strong again. And of course, Billy Strings is just doing a blow up job of doing bluegrass playing. I'm just so proud of that guy. They're just doing great. They're selling out arenas with just bluegrass music. I just think it's the greatest. I mean, Mr. Monroe would love that. And but I've been really kind of hankering to in 96, I brought, even in 81, I brought my bluegrass into country. because I wanted to do country that could get played on the radio, but I wanted to be able to use my mandolins, banjos, and fiddles mix them as loud as the electric guitar and the pedal steel guitar, and so that was really successful for me through the 80s and mid 90s, and then I just really thought I would like to play after Mr. Monroe passed away. I wanted to go back and just play bluegrass again, and but now I'm after being back in bluegrass for so long and seeing it prosper and do so well, I'm really kind of hankering to get back, bring some of my country music into my bluegrass, and so that's what we're gonna do some tomorrow night at the Ryman. We're playing the Bluegrass Series. I think we're batting cleanup. I think we're the last show of the series, but we'll be playing there tomorrow night at 7:30, and it'll be a great show. We're certainly going to be doing some of our old country as well as a bunch of good hot bluegrass. I've got the best band, man. They're just incredible players and singers, and so it's going to really be a fun night.
That's nice. And by the way, I invite everybody, you go to Ryman.com, get those tickets for tomorrow night's show if there are any still available, and if there's probably a few out there, you can get them. And go and wish Mr. Skaggs a belated happy birthday. By the way, I'm remiss. Belated happy birthday to you.
Yeah, 71. I don't feel a day over 70.
Right. Well, and you celebrated your birthday, I guess, a little early by reopening your studio in Hendersonville. Tell us a little about that.
Oh man, yes, we have a world-class studio. We did a big renovation, and we've got this world-class studio in a quiet little town in Hendersonville. So if you want to get out of Nashville and actually come to a studio that's got every microphone known to man, I've been collecting microphones since I came to town in 1981. Wow. But yeah, it's a great space. It's very creative space. Lots of wood. We've got Pro Tools, but we've also got 2-inch analog if you really want to buy the tape and do it. We can still do that. So it's a great place to cut, and we're just so happy. It's called Skaggs Place, and we're working on our website right now. Just about got that finished, but yeah, it's going to be a great thing, and it was a great birthday present was to get to open it close to my birthday.
I don't want to bore you with my stories because I'm much more interested in yours. But when I first got to Nashville in 2021, I'm an old school country music fan. I love your stuff. I love it, all the old guys. And I was living in Goodlettsville at the time, and I drove over to Hendersonville, and I was going to find Johnny Cash's house, right? Because I knew that Mr. Cash lived in Hendersonville on the lake. And I went and I found the guard shack, and I found the sign. And Mr. Skaggs, I sat outside that house for about 30 minutes going, well, where's the house? What? I don't understand. Nobody told me that it had burned down. Nobody told me.
I know. That was so sad.
It was sad.
We, Barry Gibb was a dear friend of mine, and he
bought the place, right?
Bought the house.
Right.
Yeah. And they were renovating the house, and I guess some paint, they put some paint thinner or something like that to take some of the paint off the walls, and left it like that overnight. Was going to scrape it all off the next day because June had a lot of paint inside that house, and because we were there many times, and but it Marty Stewart called me, and he said, Skaggs, look out your window.
Uh-oh.
And we live up on top of this really tall hill up here in Hendersonville. We can see all the way to Nashville from here. And I looked over, and there was a big plume of smoke going up, and it was Cash's house.
Wow.
And it was so sad to see. And but
well, that
sorry you didn't get to see it.
Well, I'm sorry too. Yeah. Well, but here's the great thing: I get to see you performing bluegrass at the Ryman Auditorium tomorrow night. And are you doing some touring this year? Is that something that you got lined up?
Yeah. This is the first year in a long time that we've actually lease the bus full time, not just lease it when we need it, but lease it month after month, and So we've been out touring quite a bit, and we're getting ready to go back out on a Texas run here pretty soon. And I got 4 dates out there. And but, yeah, we got quite a few dates all the way through the end of the year, doing some Christmas shows too. And we'll be doing, 8 or 10 Christmas shows in December. So we love doing those.
Well, I love talking to you. I could do it all day. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for what you've meant to so many lives, including mine. You just bring so much joy to us. You take the old, you introduce it to us, you make it new again, you reinvent it. You keep we love every single moment of it. And I just appreciate so much you being willing to spend a little time with us this afternoon.
Well, thank you, Matt. We love what you guys do all day long, and we love 99.7. We got it on our radio on FM. I've loved to blast it in the evenings when I go around through the day. So we listen to you guys a lot.
Well, you're very kind, and let's fill up Ryman tomorrow night and maybe introduce a few folks to the Bluegrass Sound.
Sounds like a good thing. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Take care, Mr. Skaggs.
Thank you, Matt.
All right. There's Ricky Skaggs, great Ricky Skaggs. He's won like 15 Grammy Awards, more country music awards than you can possibly imagine, and is the Hall of Fame. He probably has more inductions into the Hall of Fame than I've worked at radio stations. And that's a lot.
Yeah, he's got. I see he had 11 number ones.
Wow, Uncle Pen was one of them. I remember, boy, and that was hot. Uncle Pen was hot.
I like that country boy song too, man.
Country boy.
Yeah,
you don't even know what you missed, Jackson. You missed a lot. Thank you to Mr. Skaggs, Mr. Ricky Skaggs, for joining us on the show 24 after the hour. We'll get back to it in a moment on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. You got my, by the way, speaking of stories coming up, you got my edited clips over there, Jackson?
You have
ready
them.
to go? I have them?
Yes.
Well, they're on my laptop. You're telling me I have to open up, because I have to open up my email on the hardline computer. I think it would be much, much easier for you to play them.
I'll play them.
I think that would be much easier for everybody.
Okay.
That'd be real easy for me.
Thank you for sending them to me. I appreciate that. I may announce that Hunter Biden is my nincompoop in the news. I may.
I know where you're going.
Oh, my goodness. Ken,
it'd be a good one.
I hesitated to even ask Jackson. I said, Jackson, I got a couple of clips for you, but I need you to bleep just one or two things out of them. I thought he was going to quit on me. Good gracious.
It took me a long time. I'm not going to lie.
Was I right? I warned Jackson. I said, I don't even know if I want you to do this because it will take so much of your time. There are a lot of F-bombs in this clip.
F-bombs, S-bombs, B-bombs, T-bombs. Every word you can't say, he said.
T-bombs. What's a T? I don't even know what a T-bomb is, but it's bad. And
it's in there.
It's in there. He said it. We'll share some of that with you coming up in a couple of minutes as well. And as Ken Weaver noted, there are, thunder boomers moving through Middle Tennessee right now. So y'all be on the lookout for those if you're just getting off work and out and about. It's 5:30. It's time for news. Nincompoops is on the way as well. It's Super Talk 99.7 WTN. All right, weather moving through the area. If you are on the way home, you probably already know that as raindrops are falling in a large portion of the listening area. Be on the alert. Be on the lookout. Nasty.
Heavy rain, man. Heavy rain.
Yeah, coming down, boys. Coming down. So 38 after the hour, we'll get back into the subject matter of the bombshell report by Tulsi Gabbard offering receipts. And the media largely is attempting to ignore this. The mainstream media, to include the nastiness that is #NeverCNN. I watch this garbage so you don't have to. Why do I say #NeverCNN? Because you should never watch CNN. Do not support these people. It's a garbage network full of garbage people spewing garbage. I'll watch so you don't have to, and I'll report. And all day long, I've watched this, where they say, well, Donald Trump's attempting to ignore Epstein by bringing up other things. So suddenly they're interested in the Epstein files. This same garbage media network that never once brought up the Epstein files during the Biden administration, they didn't seem to give a rip. Why didn't the Biden administration release all of this? Why didn't the Biden White House, why didn't the Biden DOJ release all of these things? They could have. I didn't see Jake Tapper and Wolf Blitzer and all the rest of these nincompoops screaming about it then. They've only decided to scream about it now because they think Orange Man bad and this might be a negative story for Donald Trump. Okay? So y'all just know where the motivation is here. Now, I want to get to the bottom of Jeffrey Epstein too. But guess who can chew bubble gum and walk down the street at the same time? He's also got two thumbs, and it's this guy right here. You ever heard that one, Jackson?
Yes. Careful with that arm movement. Don't want to mess up the shoulder.
I can do that. I just can't go up. I can't do,
Be careful.
Thank you, Jackson. I appreciate you thinking about me. That's a fine executive producer.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. More on that coming up in a moment. But speaking of nincompoops, well, it's time for nincompoops.
Nincompoops in the news.
I ought to just say hashtag never CNN, win the day, and be done with it. I ought to, but I'm not. I got another nincompoop in mind. This is a time where we break down some of the stories that you may not have heard throughout the course of the day. Maybe Ken Weaver's got a story out of nonsense nowhere about some idiot that he considers a nincompoop. Perhaps Jackson has found a story that he finds of interest to you that doesn't involve a naked person. I don't know. Maybe Matt Murphy's found one. Either way, we've all got one, and we'll present it to you, and you get to vote. 615-737-9986. We call it Nincompoops in the News. Jackson, you want to deliver the news to Ken Weaver about how his boy did in his absence?
Weaver almost had Jay Harper almost had a clean sweep last week.
Almost a clean sweep over there in the news department.
Oh,
Ken.
way to go, Brother Jay Harper.
How about that? But that means that you get to go first because Jay was the big winner for Rye Day. How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you boys stop me if Jay already did this.
We're gonna throw it down.
All right. Former Tennessee reality TV star arrested after reportedly attacking woman with a sock full of rocks at Walmart.
How did
we miss this one?
Where have you been all our lives, Weaver? We missed this. Go.
A former reality TV star from Middle Tennessee was arrested at a Walmart on Friday after she allegedly attacked another person with a sock filled with rocks. That's in the arrest affidavit. On Friday, July 18th, officers with the Metro Nashville Police Department were called to 3035 Hamilton Church Road in reference to the alleged assault. Officers spoke with the victim who said she was using the self-checkout when the suspect, 21-year-old Diamond Tancard, came from behind and grabbed her by the hair. After the attack, the victim said Tancard took her $1,500 iPhone 14 and her $900 Louis Vuitton handbag. Officers found a laceration above the victim's left eye on her forehead. According to the victim's grandmother, Tancard had a sock filled with rocks and used it to strike the victim in the Walmart. Walmart staff provided security footage of the incident, which confirmed it. Tancard was arrested and charged with theft of property and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. She bailed out on a $25,000 bond. Now, in December, Tancard was charged with attempted first-degree murder after she allegedly intentionally struck a woman with her vehicle on November 29th.
Jeez, Manelli.
Tancard was a reality TV child star who appeared on Bravo's Thicker Than Water, a show about Ben Tancard and his family, a music producer and pastor of a Murfreesboro church, Destiny Center.
I'm just imagining the conversation. Hey, I got charged. What'd you get charged with? Attempted murder? Wow. Deadly weapon. What was the deadly weapon? Sock of rocks.
I mean, that takes
sock of rocks.
That kind of takes some planning. I know what.
You got to get some rocks and you got to get a sock.
I'm going to grab a sock and I'm going to fill it with rocks.
And I'm going to bop.
Yes, it takes planning.
That's dangerous.
Where in the world am I going to find a bunch of rocks?
Parking lot.
Outside the Walmart.
Yeah. Okay. I thought when you said he hit him in the Walmart, I thought you were going, on the location on the body. Where?
No.
Do we know where on the body? I would hate to get hit in the Walmart.
Well, she had a laceration to her head. The victim had a laceration to the head and got her hair pulled.
Better than getting hit in the perineum. And I only know about the perineum because of these stupid commercials on TV. I never wanted to know what the perineum was, but I know now. I'd rather get hit in the head by a vote. head or perineum, sock or rocks.
What region is the perineum?
You don't want to know, Ken.
It is, when we were kids, Ken.
Yes, sir.
We used to call it the taint.
I'd rather be hitting the head, I
would
think.
too. I would too. Jackson?
The head, Murphy.
That's I mean, I guarantee you, every dude on the super text line right now saying, in the head, in the head, in the head, in the head. I mean, there's just some places you don't go. But we'll go to story number 2. That's a great story, Ken.
Thank
It
you.
involves Walmart. It involves a sock of rocks.
Yeah, Channel 4 had that story.
Sock full of rocks.
Sock full of rocks, baby.
I like that. I can't believe we missed it. Jackson, your floor, sir.
All right, we're going up to Maine, where a man refused to climb down from a homeowner's roof because he believed drugs were in the chimney, police say. A man was taken into police custody after officials as well as crisis negotiators were on the scene of an incident on 14th Street Wednesday morning. This is in Bangor, Maine. According to police, 39-year-old Stephen Nason climbed onto a roof and refused to come down. The homeowner told this news station she and her boyfriend began hearing something on the roof at about 4 a.m., and then they went to the back deck and saw a ladder up against the back of the home. That's when they saw Nason on the roof, although they'd never seen Nason before. When they asked him what he was doing, they said he yelled down to them that he was trying to retrieve the drugs out of the chimney. They called police, and when Bangor Fire and police responded, the fire department put up a basket near the roof. The resident's boyfriend said Nason then jumped from the roof to the basket, grabbed the axe that was attached to it, and jumped back onto the roof. He jumped from our roof to the basket, retrieved the axe, then proceeded to chop holes in our roof.
So he jumped.
The fire chief.
Why did you leave the axe in there?
The fire chief said they used the basket as an attempt to treat someone in crisis with dignity and respect, but that plan backfired. We wouldn't have expected that, he said. It's nothing we would pre-plan. We certainly don't train for that. It happened. Yeah, it was an unexpected consequence of trying to do something nice for him.
Holy crap, the fire department gave me an axe.
Bangor police called the incident abnormal in the fact that it went on as long as it did, but dealing with people in crisis is part of the job. Police said Nason was taken into custody at around 11:30 a.m. after surrendering. He was then sent to a local hospital for physical and mental health evaluation. Nason has been charged with aggravated criminal mischief, creating a police standoff, and violating probation.
Dude,
Wow.
We said the chimney was cracked, not that it was full of crack. Idiot.
So he grabbed the axe and just started going to town on the roof.
He had to get the drugs out, Ken.
So they sent up a little basket that they, probably have loaded with items that they need.
Left an axe.
And they left an axe in there, and he comes up and says, just jump in the basket. We'll get you down, buddy. And he jumps in the basket, grabs the axe, jumps out of the basket, and starts wailing on these people's roof.
Wonder if insurance is going to cover that.
And if I'm the homeowner, I'm looking at the fire chief like, hey, man,
Why did we leave the axe in there?
you're kind of making it worse.
You want a little extra tidbit to the story?
Yes, sir.
He was half naked for most of it.
Yes.
Of course he was.
So no
Well, would it
pants or shirt?
No shirt.
No shirt. All right.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Maybe it was hot.
It's summertime.
It is Bangor, Maine. You know what they say about Bangor?
You
I
gotta
take
talk
it.
like this.
Yeah, say, that's Stephen King lived in Bangor, Maine.
Yeah.
I think Bangor. I think that's right.
Something like that.
Something like that. Whatever. Before he got nutty. All right, mine. I don't know that I can beat that one, Jackson, or Ken's for that matter. But I'll give it a go.
Let's hear it, Brother Murphy.
Earlier this month, in a Florida version of what we would call a golden shower.
Oh, dear God.
That's just the first half of the first sentence, boys.
Oh, goodness.
A New York advertising executive was arrested early Saturday morning for allegedly urinating from a rooftop bar onto multiple victims below, according to police. Matthew Day, 30 years of age, was busted for disorderly conduct following a 1:30 in the morning incident at The Landing, appropriately named.
Yes, sir.
A downtown St. Petersburg night spot that describes itself as an elevated hangout balcony bar. Cops charged that Day. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often on Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really
man.
surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Let's not give him any ideas.
No, that's true. Cops charged that Day, quote, entered the rooftop bar, pulled his pants down, pulled his business out of his shorts, and urinated from the balcony onto the sidewalk.
Goodness.
Several passersby were struck.
Oh, man.
Man, it's a tough time to be a passerby. Security spotted Day relieving himself, escorted the defendant out of the bar into police custody. A criminal complaint noted that Day showed, quote, an indication of alcohol influence.
Okay. Now it's starting to make sense.
Day was arrested and charged for disorderly conduct on the premises of a licensed establishment. He was released from the county jail. Day, a graduate of Penn State, go Nittany Lions, is the co-founder of Ribeye Media and the firm's head of client success. His title is Head of Client Success. Founded in 2023, Ribeye Media offers, quote, cutting-edge programmatic advertising solutions tailored for the local media marketplace. Well, we ought to hire this fella down at Cumulus. You know? I mean, if he could just keep himself from relieving on folks, might be a pretty good sales guy. Never know.
It'd be raining money instead of what it was raining in New York that evening.
Day has yet to respond to messages seeking comment from a variety of media outlets. Those messages were sent to his voicemail. And there you go. That's how.
Looks like there was some sort of intoxication involved here.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb, as did the criminal complaint. Here's the thing. He was charged with a misdemeanor. He was charged with disorderly conduct, which is a misdemeanor, and released from the county jail on a $500 bond. Would you not consider? I mean, if getting hit with a sock full of rocks is getting hit, would getting hit by that not be being hit by a deadly weapon? Is urine not a deadly weapon?
Bodily fluids.
I mean,
It's sterile.
Well, you're supposed to put it on jellyfish stings.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe somebody down there had gotten stung by a jellyfish. Maybe he's a hero.
he's not the nincompoop. He's the hero of this story. I'm in St. Petersburg. I'm running down the street with a massive jellyfish wound. What to do? Oh, from the heavens above, look what has descended upon me. That's how we play nincompoops in the news. On Super Talk 997, give me there we go. There it is. Vote Jackson, vote Murphy, vote Kenneth Weaver. Vote early, vote often. 615-737-9986. Back to the real news momentarily on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. There's a mercy rule in this thing. Actually, Brother Ken Weaver, in his return to the anchor chair, had a fair amount of votes.
Thank you, everybody.
Matt Murphy came in third.
Woo!
That leaves young Jackson for the victory, the getting back in for the axe. It was just...
Way to go, Brother Jackson.
I think his comment on the urine was the one that sent him over the top.
Just making the people laugh. It's all I'm good for.
Well, no, good job, Jackson.
That's way to go, Brother Jackson.
There you go. That notch one in the win column. A victory is a victory, no matter the way they put it. Hey, where are you fellas on this? Ken,
yes,
if you don't want to comment, just say, I just do the news, boys.
Okay.
But Donald Trump, I love him. The reason we love him is he's not afraid to get into all of this. And does he have to weigh in on the Washington Commanders? I mean, is this a matter of national security? Do we care about this?
I don't.
I don't either. Call the Redskins name. Look, my grandfather was Cherokee Indian.
Yep.
My heritage is Cherokee. I was never bothered. I don't know of a lot of Native Americans that have been bothered by that name. We're bothered by a hell of a lot more of other stuff, but
I
not
got
that.
Cherokee in me.
And, does it bother you, Ken?
Nope.
Nope. Doesn't bother me one
I mean,
bit.
he did at the time because it was just a bunch of virtue signaling.
That's right.
But, I mean, now it's done. It's like, all right, whatever.
But he's after it, man. He said they need to change their name back. Said the Cleveland Guardians should change their name back from the Cleveland Guardians to the Cleveland Indians. You know, I don't watch baseball anyway. Not anymore. Since the Braves suck.
They are unfortunately terrible.
Horrible. And they're the Braves.
Yeah.
We got another hour to go. Speaking of sucking, Hunter Biden audio coming up.